Yo, what up, sports fans? It's your boy, the Sports Reporter Without Pay. Y'all know what time it is. We are back by popular demand. It's your boy, Sports Reporter Without Pay, balled online on Monday night, and I got an all-star crew lined up for y'all tonight. I'm not even going to introduce and tell you all their credentials because y'all seen them before. Y'all know who they is. Got my man's Tiras, got my man's Mr. Controversy, Rapheal. Say it one time for me, sir.
Did you miss me?
And my guy, Mr. Daddy Thompson.
Yo.
Look, Ty mad because he didn't get to say nothing. Go ahead, dog.
I got a question, man. How you know I didn't want you to read off my credentials and all that?
Man, listen, bro. You know what it is.
I mean, I just said, I don't got as much as the other two fellas, at the bottom, but you know what I'm saying.
Do you want me to take you back off screen and bring you back on and say the only person on here
the right way? Because you.
I got Raphael, I got Danny, and last but not least, my guy, Mr. Host, founder, producer of Say What, Say It Again, had the internship, was working with the 4-letter at ESPN, my guy, the big guard himself, Mr. Tiras. That's better, dog. That's better. We're in the building, dog. Hey, man, so listen, bro. Y'all know what time it is, man. NBA season officially ended. Well, technically not. I still don't quite know how the play-in thing. I'm still not fond of the idea that these games really don't count. Like, when it's all said and done, these games won't exist anywhere, right? Like, Tatum had a 50-piece in the play-in, I think, last year, and it doesn't count. Like, technically, the games don't exist, right? It's kind of stupid. So let's not do a big countdown thing. Let's just jump right into it, man. With the biggest award of them all. And it seemed like a runaway thing, man. But lately, some other guys gained steam, and it looks like a three-man race. So I'm gonna start with Mr. Danny Thompson, man. You got Greek, you got Embiid, you got Joker. Give me your MVP, sir.
Team Joker all year. That's what I was all year until about the last, I would say, 10 or so games. And I know that Embiid missed the game in Denver, but it's the big man. It's Joel Embiid. It's his time this year. He's had a phenomenal season. He led the league in scoring and double-digit rebounds. First guy since Shaquille O'Neal to do both in the season. It's been long enough. It's his year. The Sixers and Nuggets, I think they had the same record. So it's Embiid, and I'm a numbers guy. I'm an analytics guy. As much as I love Joker analytically, this is the year of Embiid. So I got the Joker. I'm sorry, I got the big guy.
And he don't even know he got Mr. Controversy. Tell me you're gonna give me some controversy, sir. You going with Joker too or no?
No, I'm gonna go with Embiid, but I will say this.
Hold on, my bad. I don't want to disrespect him. He went with Embiid too, but go ahead.
Right.
Sir.
But I don't want. I will say this though. Yes, everything Danny said, you have to give it to him. Just because, I mean, you gave it to Joker when I thought Embiid should have won it the first year. Not only that, I mean, I know we do with Black Lives Matter, but I mean, for that, it's a lot of reasons why you can give it to Embiid. But honestly, though, why shouldn't Joker win it, man? I mean, and I've been saying this, and I think I said it last time we were on. I said, yes, Embiid probably should get it because, he should have got it at least one time before. But the fact that Joker is doing something that no one has never done since, I don't think Wilt done this. So no other big man has ever done, right? So to win it 3 times, I feel like you have to do something remarkable. And he's done it. The triple-double. So he should get it, but like I said, Black Lives Matter. He didn't win it before. He went first. Got to give it to Embiid just because. That's why I'm giving it to him.
Hey, shout out to my guy Chuck in the comments. Absolutely, you can talk junk in the comments. We relish you talking junk in the comments. Bring it on, Chuck. Say what, say it again. Y'all can catch him on Tuesdays with Tiras. So Tiras, let me ask you something. I didn't even read. I looked at who you picked, but
So I don't even know what the point of me sending it in was. Go ahead, man.
Hey, man, watch your lips, man. So, do you believe in that, right? Like, a lot of people felt like Kobe's MVP was like that, where a player's been around so long, he's played well, and it's like, hey, we own one. Like, I believe Karl Malone's was like that. Like, we just tired of giving it to Mike. So do you believe in that? Where it's like they OMB one anyway.
Man, you know, I said this last time on the show. I disagree with. Now he wants to switch it up. I think he knew what it was, but I think the thing is this, man. Only two people I believe. It's 2 or 3 in the history of the NBA has ever won 3 in a row. 3 MVPs in a row. I know Larry Bird is one. I cannot remember who the other 2. Probably Wilt or Kareem. Wilt. Okay. So those. So to put Jokic in that category. Put him in rarefied air. But I honestly feel like Embiid deserves it. He had a phenomenal year. I think the one thing the one thing that's always been ailing him is injuries. This year he's been more healthy than he's probably been in a long time. I think he played 66 games. So for him, that's good. Most people might say, well, 66 games is not a whole lot. But for Embiid, that's good. Because last year, I felt like he should have got it. But no, the year before that Ralph was speaking about, he should have got it, but he had a significant injury that kind of slowed him down. And him and LeBron, to me, were like the front runners. And then they got hurt. The Lakers fell out of first place. And then Jokic was really like the healthiest of them all the people that was really considered at the first one. And then last year, I think it was most definitely man, because you ain't built like that.
Hey, man. Hey, keep giving your take, man. Keep giving your take.
Tell him he ain't built like that. That's why he ain't getting no invite. All right, but that's why though. I think Embiid should get it. I think he deserves it. He had a phenomenal season.
So let me ask y'all this: has Giannis now reached that LeBron, Michael Jordan, even Shaq in the early 2000s level where he's so good that we take it for granted?
No, I just think the years that we're having. So to me, Jokic literally was 11 assists away. And here's the reason why he get my MVP vote. He finished 11 assists short of a full triple-double. He finished you at 9.8 assists. You would have had to have a triple-double because you have to be better than what you were the previous years. If Jokic had a triple-double, he would have gotten my MVP vote. Because he fell literally short of it.
That's ridiculous, though.
I gotta give it to Embiid.
That's ridiculous, though. Like this, what I like. My thing with arbitrary stats, like triple doubles, like double doubles, right? When Russ averaged his triple double and won it, I asked people, y'all realize Harden is having just as good a season? Like Russ was at about 30, 11, and 10, and Harden it was at 30 something, like 11 and 8 or something crazy like that. I was like, so y'all telling me he's better based on 2 rebounds? That's what we doing, like. And I used to ask people if Russ falls short, is he still MVP? So you're saying 9.8 isn't good enough, but 11 more assists, that would have been good enough.
I think here's the reason. The reason being is this, right? You mentioned the fact that if he's won the MVP the last 2 years. To win a 3rd consecutive MVP puts him in that rarefied air. So what have you done differently, right, over the past 3 years that's different? And Joker, like I said, we talk about injuries in 1 year. We talk about the way he came out at the end of last season. So what can you do different this year? The fact of he hits 11 more assists. He finished the year at 60-39 with a triple-double at the center position. To Raphael's point, no center has ever gotten a triple-double in the season. No center. I know Russ has done it 3 years in a row. We get that. But a center doesn't get triple-doubles. 4 years, excuse me. But centers don't get triple-doubles. It does not. They don't average that full season.
But hold on, but listen, nobody does. Like, I mean, it's 2 players in the history of the game. So nobody does it.
But right. I think the one thing that's always helped Giannis, I think that's what hurt him this time. The fact that he missed about 20 games and they still finished in first place.
First off, career over for your internet, bro. I don't know what's going on over there with you.
I don't know what's going on.
It was that intro.
Wow, that's what we're doing.
His internet got jacked up on the intro. Listen, man. To me, like I believe if you feel like if you say what did Jokic do this year that he didn't do last year? Well, he has the number 1 seed in the West. Let's start there, right? And in a conference with Steph Curry, LeBron James, Ja Morant, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, best abilities, availability. A lot of those guys deal with injuries, and he played all year. And I'm not picking Jokic. I'm simply saying if the case is the 0.2 assists, I can't buy that, right? Like if he's not good enough because of 0.2 assists. And I got Embiid, by the way.
When you say 0.2 assists, who are you referring to again?
Jokic. I think he finished at 9.8.
9.8.
Okay.
9.8. So 0.2 assists away. Like we're a lot of people just based on the triple double. And I also do believe that Russell Westbrook, right, believe it or not, is affecting this MVP race because he made us numb to the triple double. Right? Like if this was 6 years ago, Jokic would be the unanimous MVP.
But I also think too, if he hadn't won 2 in a row already, he would be.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
If he hadn't won 2 in a row already, he'd be the MVP this year.
Because I don't think it has nothing to do with he didn't reach the triple double. Now they might use that as an excuse, but I really think it's because he's won 2 years in a row. And like I said, everybody's been complaining about Embiid should get it. Embiid should get it. And the way Philly has bounced back this year, now sure enough, Harden's been playing great also, but still, the way he's played like a monster. He's played, to me, honestly, he's played better than he played the last 2 years. So for him not to get it this year and Joker get it again, it's like, come on, man. What can he do? Even though, honestly, Joker has really outplayed him this year. And this is the year. Every year he should have won. This should have been a year that Joker should have won because he, like you said, he has the best record. He has a triple double.
He has the best record in the West.
I mean,
they have the same record. Yeah,
in the West, he has the best record in the West. With all of those people you name, all those teams, all of those superstars in the West, no one expected Denver to come out number 1 in the West. We figured Philly would be number 3 in the East, and then the fact that he averaged a triple double. We gonna round it off. 9.2. He has a triple double, so he should win it. But again, because of what Embiid is doing this year, everybody feels like he was robbed the last 2 years, especially the first year, and now he's playing his best, and he still can't win it. And they have the best record. You got to give it to him.
You know, it's crazy. This is a perfect time where it's like, this is how much narratives play a factor in voting in sports, right? Like if we judge these 2 seasons on their own merits, you just put them out there and say, I got this guy in the Western Conference. He's averaging 25, 12, and 9.8, right? And he got the number 1 seed. And I got this guy over here, and this is what he's doing. And you just put him out there and go, who's the MVP? But when you factor in Joker done won 2 in a row, and people are going, Mike never won 3 in a row. LeBron never won 3 in a row. Kobe, nope. We gonna let Jokic win 3 in a row like that? Like that's a big part of it.
You can't, man. I just think you can't because, like I said, come on, Larry Bird and what he said, Kareem, right, or Wilt?
Wilt. It was Wilt and Bird.
Bird. Like you didn't even give Jordan or LeBron that. So I mean,
and that's why I said it's like Joker would have had to have a monumental year to really, literally win the MVP this year. Because to win it a 3rd year in a row, you have to do something you didn't do the first 2 years.
But I mean, the thing that he did do was, I think he wanted as a 6 seed and as a 3 seed, being the 1 seed in the West, and just about to triple double. Like 3 weeks ago, they were saying that like Jokic's name was written on the award.
I think the last month or so, he wasn't at his best the last month or so.
No, and Embiid was just flat out. But again, can we talk about the fact that Giannis is so good that what he's doing is not even, you know what I'm saying?
But it's a compliment to Giannis because you've reached that level where Jordan, LeBron, I think those are the only 2 I could say really that should have been the MVP 3 years, 4 years in a row, and they didn't win it.
But
because of it, and it's a compliment to him. He's that good. So it's like, you know what? Even with Steph, to a point now, this is what Steph does. He's not, this is how it is.
You know something else too, Ralph? As much as we saying that Embiid should have won it last year, you could argue that you could have gave it to Giannis as well.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. He's reached that plateau where
No. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying for as much as we say Embiid should have won it last year, like in my opinion, not even in my opinion, I just feel like Jokic had the 3rd best season last year. I felt like the other 2 guys had a better season.
Hey, shout out in the comments to Miss Ashley Baker. I done heard this name so many times. I done seen your work. At some point, we got to do some work together. I am on live Facebook. I am saying I want to work with Ashley Baker. So there it is right there. That's your invite to Ball Don't Lie Sports Arena, wherever I'm at. So it looks like it's a clean sweep on the show. We got Joel Embiid for everybody. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So let's go to what I think.
By default.
Let's real quick, because we're not going to talk about this long. Raise your hand if Mike Brown is not the coach of the year. Sounds good to me, right? Like, I mean, we can give him his props for what he did in Sacramento. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Nobody saw that coming at all. It's funny when you go back to the video of him out there running with the players, and everybody's laughing at it, right? But he got them guys fired up, and Sabonis and Fox had hell of a season. Go ahead, talk about it, Rap.
I knew Sacramento would be better. I didn't know they would be this good. I thought they would be around maybe 44. What 44 and what would be, because 82 games, right? 44 and
38.
I thought it would be somewhere, or maybe
they won 4 more games than that.
Maybe 42 and 40. I say I thought it would be like somewhere like that, or 41 and 41. But the way he's played, the way they played, the way he's coached, because I saw it. You saw it when he coached in the Olympics, and the way he had that Nigeria team playing like that. So you knew with the talent that they have, with him coming as a coach, his experience, they're going to be, they're going to be a hard out. That's what I was thinking of. Like, Lakers going to deal with them. Golden State, it's not going to be easy to play them. But the way they played, I didn't see it coming.
And on the back end, I think what Mike has also done is taught this team efficiency. They have they're the highest scoring team in the NBA, but the most efficient team in the NBA. Statistically, on the back end, they're more efficient. They take quality shots. For as many threes they've taken, 65% of their threes are within 1 foot or more in distance. They're not taking shots with hands in their face. They're taking wide open shots. If you give an NBA player like Kevin Hurt or Malik Monk a foot and a half of distance, they're going to shoot it and they're going to hit it. Right?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Sacramento Queens out in the first round. Go ahead, Ray. What was you about to say?
Hey, it's funny, man. In football, they talk about the Belichick tree, and then in basketball, it's the Greg Popovich tree. Ain't nobody gonna mention the fact Steve Kerr got a lot to do with what's going on over there in Sacramento. Mike Brown never, like when he was coaching Cleveland, even in LA, Mike Brown never had no sophisticated, great efficient offense like this.
Well, he didn't have the players either, and it was a give it to LeBron. Pass LeBron,
I mean, that's a pretty good start to have LeBron.
But you had no one else. Like they had no one else, and it was like. But I think he grew also because Steve Kerr always talk about Mike Brown. Even back then, when Mike Brown first joined, he would always talk about what Mike Brown brought to the team.
I would like to say this on publicly in front of everybody. That's Vincent in the comments talking about Sabonis lurking for MVP. Then he said, Rapheal and Ray, I'm drafting him next season. Vince, I would just like to say to you, don't come on my show in the comments talking about this year's fantasy. This was me all year in fantasy, sir. This was me looking at the standings all year in fantasy. It was a rough year, man. It was a rough go for your boy, man. I tried, man.
Well, I might need to be in y'all joint then because I smashed.
That's what I'm saying. I know. When do I get the invite for that one?
That's an off-air conversation. I think it's full.
They just had a bad year.
We got 12 teams, right?
Oh, now it's full. Come on, man.
Hey, bro, I don't run the league. I just got excited.
You see this?
Yeah. All right.
But can I say something? Can I ask a question real quick?
Absolutely.
So if we all didn't put our hands up when we said who believed that Mike Brown shouldn't be the coach of the year. So since we do believe that, who do you feel like was next to him? I know who I think could have won it if it wasn't for Mike Brown. And that would be go ahead. What you gonna say?
You about to say Boston's coach?
No. Taylor Jenkins.
You can put Taylor Jenkins in the conversation.
But what he dealt with all year. Boston's coach, yes, he should, because he stepped in. You're right. But I'm just saying what Taylor dealt with injuries, the situation with job, like everything, and they still came up with the second best record in the West. You got to give it to him, man.
Here's the weird thing, man. No shot at Ja Morant. Well, absolutely a shot at Ja Morant. One of the best teams in the world over the past 2 years is Memphis without Ja Morant. Like, they're really good when he doesn't play,
right?
Which obviously that speaks to coaching. I was just talking about Boston's head coach because of the turmoil in the offseason.
Yeah.
You get the playoffs hangover, right? They lose, and you think they could come out lacking, and they came out smacking people this year, right? And they kind of, they sunk into the 2 seed, really.
Right.
Like, they was running away with the East, man. So, but I'm not mad at the Taylor Jenkins pick. Mike Malone could get some credit too. But Mike Brown is.
I had Will Hardy at number 2 in Utah. To get that team literally within 2 or 3 games of the play-in with the roster that he had. Look at that roster. He got into 37 wins, turning Laurie Marketing an all-star. They were a couple wins away from getting to the playing game when everybody thought they were going to be the worst team in the league this year. So I had Will Hardy behind Mike Brown.
Hey, look, man, here it is. Live on a Monday night, Ball Don't Lie, where the action happened. Tirade, Danny, y'all have officially been invited right here on Ball Don't Lie. So don't say where my invite at. Don't say
all I'm gonna say is this: talk is cheap, man.
It's right there.
Send it to me so I know it's real.
Listen, bro, you see it right there.
It's right there. Yeah,
it's right there.
If you say that,
send me the link and tell me it's real. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so
that's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen, let's jump into one of the most, right? I would say debatable awards. Actually, it's 2 of them that I think are 2-horse races. With the most improved player, I think it boils down to 2 people, and they both in the West. So I'm gonna start with you, Danny. I think I started with Danny last. I'm gonna start with you, Tyree. Who you got for most improved?
I got Shea Gill, man. For the same things, kind of what Danny was saying about Utah. I felt the same about the OKC Thunder and Shea Gill-Alexander. Like, if you would have told me in the beginning of the season they was going to win 40 games, they won 24 games, I think, last year and 22 the year before that. And they win 40 games this year while missing their rookie, Chet Holmgren, that a lot of people thought was going to be, I guess it's debatable if you thought he was going to be good or this dude right here crazy. I'm reading what Chuck said. I thought he was going to be good or not, but for him, this is numbers, man. I think for his career, he averages 21 points, but this year he had 31. So, he had a great season. He was efficient, too. He shot 50% from the field, 90% from free throw, but I think he only shot like 36 from the 3, which, keeps him out of.
No, that's cool.
I'm just saying, for the 50, 40, 90 sake, that's the only thing I'm saying. But he was efficient. He was very efficient.
I would just like to say, shout out to my guy Chuck. This might be the comment of the year so far. It's pretty funny. I'm just saying, say that man talking like he a fantasyologist, bro. He say shut your lips, Ty. He say you ain't doing it like that
because he won our football league. Because I ain't gonna go there.
Hey, hold on, real quick. So let me look this comment right here. He said SGA versus Jalen Brunson for MIP.
Well,
we gonna go ahead. Talk to me, Ralph.
The only reason why I didn't pick Brunson is because, and it's not fair to him, but I saw it coming with Brunson because he played with Luka. You get him to start at 9. I knew he was going to jump up to 23, 24, maybe 6, 7 assists a game, if not 8. I knew it, but we didn't see this with Shea. And I know that's not fair to say, like, what does that got to do with Jalen? But still, we didn't see this happen with Shea. We didn't think he could elevate his game like this.
Yeah.
It's just, he was with Jalen. He had opportunity to now.
I'm gonna be real, Ralph. I thought the Joker was gonna have about 15 wins. I thought it was gonna tank. They was gonna have about 15 wins to try and get the top 5.
So are we combining? And team success does matter, but are we combining individual play on the award like most improved for what the team did? Let me hear from Danny real quick on who he has. I don't disagree with it. Just like MVP, your team winning. That matters, right?
A great question. Yeah.
Talk to me, Danny.
I had SGA. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was phenomenal all year. No offense to Jalen Brunson. No offense to others, but when you increase your scoring average 7 points a game, and you increase your field goal percentage by almost 6 full percent, and you're hitting 30 a game, shooting over 50% from the floor, what he's doing on defense, what he's doing everywhere else, he was literally. We talk about. I did the Joker stat. He was literally 12 rebounds away from being in only a category where Michael Jordan has done in the history of the NBA as a guard. 31 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, over 1.5 steals, and over a block a game. Only Michael Jordan has done that in the history of the league from the guard position.
Let me ask you a question real quick, Daddy, because you brought up the numbers. By how many points per game did Shea improve?
Over 7.
Over 7?
Yeah.
Right.
Lord,
And how much is Laurie Marketing went up 11 points a game?
I know.
He averaging Laurie Marketing is averaging 26 and 8 on 50% shooting. No beef with SGA. I think
it came down to Laurie or SGA for me.
Yeah. For me, it came down to those two. And
it was them three for me.
I would say this much, man. I didn't like it when Ja won it last year.
I agree.
It's kind of an unwritten rule that most improved is typically for like a breakout player that you didn't expect, a young guy kind of coming into his own, which is what SGA did. But SGA, he almost bypassed that. Like he jumped into star potential. Like you see, he's going to be a perennial all-star, all-NBA guy, right? And it's almost like he's beyond most improved. But to me, they blew it when they gave it to Ja.
Yeah, that's
now everybody's fair game.
But that's why that was the reason why I picked him too. They gave it to Ja because I thought, like you thought, Ray. I was like, but he was right there. I mean, you knew he was up there, you know. But he did surpass that. But like you said, when they gave it to Ja, that's what kind of swayed me. It was like, you know what? I'm gonna just give it to him. He deserves it.
So I'll say this real quick about the Knicks being in the playoffs, right? I view the Knicks being in the playoffs, and they was just in the playoffs 2 seasons ago with no Jalen Brunson, right? Jalen Brunson had a hell of a season. Jalen Brunson should be all NBA. But we saw this last year in the playoffs when Luka was out. Right?
So that's what I'm saying. Right.
Ray, I just got a question though.
What's up?
So do you think the Clippers looking at the trade like, dang, we could have stand it pat and got some other things? With Shea Gill and Kawhi, you think it would never happen with Kawhi?
No, man. This is one of those glass half empty, half full things, right? Like some players, a trade is the best thing that could ever happen to them. Like I firmly believe, right? I'm just going way back. If T-Mac stays in Vince Carter in Toronto, he never becomes T-Mac. If James Harden stays in OKC, he never becomes James Harden, right? Sharing the ball with those two guys. So sometimes a player needs that freedom to evolve. Look at what Victor Oladipo was in OKC, and then look what he became in Indiana. Like you need the opportunity, you need the ball in your hand. So I don't think if he's there with Kawhi, he's not a 30-point per game guy.
Even with Kawhi being playing hurt. You don't think so?
No, not 30 a night. Not this.
Not this. The fact that Kawhi missed the whole season last year.
No, still you got PG, not this.
What? No, but that was the trade though. The trade was PG.
The trade
so
was
if he's
PG.
there.
Yeah, it was PG.
Okay, right. That's right.
So that's why I said that's just curious.
Can I want to answer Ab because Ab's putting some good stuff out here. Ab Stanley, but Ab saying he's talking about the Knicks. He talked about y'all were sleeping on Shea, but that's the thing. Nobody was sleeping on Shea. Shea was doing his thing. It's not
stuck in the West. He was stuck in the West.
He just like Ray said a minute ago. He took it like 3 notches. It's like whoa, and it happened. So I could see if it'll be different if he averaged what he averaged last year. Was it 22? 24. So it's 24. Yeah, 24 game. He's balling. I mean, you almost at upper echelon. But then this year he averaged 26. After that he averaged 28. No, he went from 24 to 31. But here's the thing though.
Yeah, they was winning too. That's the crazy part.
Right, but here's the thing. I want to know if we see this next year. From not just from him, from everybody. Because if we see this from everybody, can we say, well, maybe it's just the fact that the evolution of the game or the evolution of scoring in the game? Because everybody went up. Luka scored 30 points. Tatum almost did.
Tatum did.
He did. Was it 30? And so everybody was scoring 29 to 30 a game. So everybody's points went up. But yet still, his points went up from 7 points instead of 2 or 3.
So can we like again? If you have Jalen Brunson as your most improved player, no problem. I'm not going to say he led the Knicks nowhere. Julius Randle's still the best player on that team, right? And I think they're both. I think they both should be all NBA, and it's kind of like by default, like a lot of guys won't make it. Like Dame won't make it, right? LeBron probably not going to make it, right? AD's probably not going to make it out of games play. Kawhi, Paul George, guys like that. So the door is open for Randle to get in. And it hasn't been enough elite guard play. Like, I don't know how they're going to treat Luka missing the playoffs. He'll probably still get in because his numbers are just so unbelievable. But, like, Jalen Brunson and him could very well both be all NBA. So I got no issues with Jalen Brunson, but I don't think he led that team anywhere. He say I literally wrote an article. He's standing by it. Hey, so let's jump into another one, man, that I think is a 2-horse race. By the way, I'm really surprised like that there's not more love for Lauri Markkanen right now. Like Utah,
the love is there. It's that to me, I think SGA's had a more
all around.
Hold on, but from 14 to 26, though.
Yeah, but I mean, right. But what got me with Shea is defensively, he's gotten better. I mean, he just all around he played better. And then the fact that that team is in the play-in because
I'll tell you what, the league ought to be lucky that this is a whole season award and not a half the season award. And when I download this and put it on YouTube, I'm going to edit the clip and put it in. Ralph, you remember in Arizona when we talked and I said, KD about to wind up in Phoenix. And you said, but who they going to trade though? You remember what I said? I said, bruh, if I'm Brooklyn and Phoenix call me, if Bridges ain't involved, it ain't no deal. Mm-hmm. Y'all see what that boy doing in Brooklyn?
Hey, look, if he wouldn't have got this so late, that would have been my most improved player.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
it's up 27 a night since he's been over there on 50%.
Yeah. Hey, look, Ray, two things that would have changed for me if they didn't happen so late in the season. Jock Vaughn and Bridges. Yep. I think Jock Vaughn is doing an amazing job, especially with the trade. Even though y'all laughed at me when I said on this show, I said, man, I think the Nets is almost in a better position than they was before they traded.
Yeah.
Remember I said that? Everybody was like, man, Ty, you tripping.
So if we call them a spade, right? I personally don't believe young teams with just a lot of talent. I don't think that's a formula for a whole bunch of success in the NBA unless you have a superstar, right? Like, I don't think OKC is going to be super successful. Like, they'll just keep being competitive every year. I don't think Houston's going to be very good. All them young, talented guys, Detroit, all them young, talented guys, right? Like, you got to have a superstar. So if you have Kevin Durant, like, you're in a decent position. Like, I still think they were better off having Kevin Durant than not having him. But in what they got back for him, they got some building blocks.
You got a lot of. I mean, I get what you're saying. You don't got. I don't know what Bridges will be.
That's the thing. If he evolves into, put it like this: if Bridges becomes what we all thought Paul George was supposed to be.
But you know what this reminds me of, though? This is really Brooklyn 2.0. This is Brooklyn before they got Kevin Durant, before they got James Harden, or before they were on the floor. Because remember, who was Mikal Bridges at that point?
Russell.
Huh?
Was LeVert.
It was LeVert. And now you
Russell
now.
Bro, I told people after the I say these the same folks. Actually, I said that in Arizona. I was like, bro, the team looked like it did before KD.
Yeah, that's
all. Got Dinwiddie back on the team. Joe Harris still there. Same bunch of guys.
But go back to your point though. They're not going to be good or great unless they get a superstar. They're not going to be like that. And then another point you just made, just like when players get a chance to move on and get their opportunity, then you see what they can do. Same thing goes with the coach. It's like KD and I can't think of Kyrie, in a sense, not necessarily because they made him do it, but it's like he was handcuffed because you got these great superstars. Like any coach that coached LeBron, you kind of handcuffed because LeBron has to be your best player. He has to play power forward or point or whatever. You can't really coach like you want to because you got this guy who can do everything.
But now they're in the catbird seat, though.
You said what?
I feel like they're in the catbird seat. The reason why I say that is simply this. Now you put yourself in a position where you got a lot of those. You got some picks in that Kevin Durant trade. You got some picks. You get what I'm saying? You got some picks, and you got a lot of pieces. You could put that package together and get you a superstar if you want it.
But will Mikal Bridges be the same person though?
They got one problem. They got one problem.
What?
There's a $35 million Australian not playing basketball on the roster right now.
Well, man, let's not do that. Let's not. Good Lord, have mercy. So listen, let's shift gears real quick. As a matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. I'm saying pay some bills. I don't owe nobody, but we're gonna take a quick break, show some love to my people. Y'all check them out. Y'all see what it is. Tuesday nights. Say what said again. That is the host himself. We bringing Ralph back in. We bringing Daddy back in. We got the whole crew.
Hey man, when is that? When is that sitcom coming out, dog?
I know. Listen. Hey, listen.
Hey, hold on.
Bro. Hey, listen.
No, hold on 1 second.
Hey, listen, Ralph. What is coming on? All I hear in the background is days go by.
Hey, I tell you what, the same way you see us walking down that street, we could be walking in the street. We could be walking down the street near you. So watch what you say next.
Hey,
I'm a fan of it. I said
downtown Atlanta, downtown Jacksonville, downtown wherever the heck Danny live.
Hey man, listen. Hey, let's shift gears, man. I think this is a 2-man race unless y'all got something different to tell me. And I'm going to start with Rapheal, man. Who you got, Quickly or Brogdon? 6th man of the year.
I got Russ. Does it count that I don't count Russ playing? You got to give it to him. He played majority of the year as a 6 man. I got Russ. I mean, when you averaging 15 and 8 and like 6, I got Russ.
Okay.
Quickly, but I got Russ. I think Russ 15, 8, and 6. Come on. That's
who you got, Tyree?
I'm gonna be real. This the one award I really ain't send you in because I did not know. I'm gonna get Malcolm Brogdon. They winning. I mean, I thought he was the one piece that they was missing. I feel like he's the one piece that Boston's missing.
Who you got, Danny?
I'm taking Quickly. I think if anybody has helped that Knicks team out with the injuries, Evan Fournier shooting like he's back in France again, what Quickly's done, especially with those 30-point games down the stretch, and holding the glue together when Brunson was hurt, he is the 6th man of the year. I have Bobby Portis behind him. I didn't have Russell there. I have Bobby Portis behind him because he almost averaged a double-double.
I'm not mad at the Bobby Portis pick. So can we go back to Mr. Controversy? Who you got again?
I got Russ.
What do you typically what y'all be doing on Saturdays? I used to catch this show on Saturdays at 10 in the morning, man, and they had a whole segment when people said something crazy. They would just tell you, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Stop it.
You think 15, 8, and 6 is not
so if we're talking about we talked about most improved and how much team success plays into that. I think Russ put up numbers, but I think it says a lot when a team instantly plays better with your departure, right? And I think he became unfairly possibly became the scapegoat, but it clearly wasn't working. Like there was never a point where anything he did in LA made you feel like it was beneficial to the team. You know what I mean?
I don't think he did anything to say he made them worse. It wasn't nothing he did. It didn't work. Like you said, it just didn't fit. And the players they got back for him fit better than Russ. But a 6 man of the 6 man of the year award is like on stats. I mean, you think about the players who won.
I mean, all the awards are right. So I have a question directly for you. This controversy. This question is for you, sir.
Man, I'm counting turnovers. I'm counting missed shots. I'm counting all of that. I still think 15, 8, and 6. He got to I think he should be. That's why I was saying I think he should because he only started the last
He'll be eligible for it. But you know what's crazy? Somebody just mentioned Bobby Portis, man. I think it's kind of like people fell in love with what Quickly was doing late in the season. Brogdon's been there all year, a guy who's a capable starter on probably 70% of the teams in the NBA and takes a backseat in Boston, right? But Portis, man, 15 and 10 or something like that?
15 and like 9.6, something like that.
His points when he went down towards it, it's like Joker. That's why I didn't pick him. Because remember, I had him when we did the half. I picked Bobby Portis, but his numbers went down. He kind of slid down, whatever. That's why but
okay.
Didn't Russ almost average that? I mean, if we're going by team stats, then yeah, you give it to Bobby. But this is stat 6 man a year is usually just your stat.
So the only award that I think is strictly just straight up. I mean, I think putting up comparable numbers on a contender should matter, right? Like if I got a 6 man putting up 15 and 10 on a number 1 seed, then a guy putting up 15 and 8 on a not number, like, you know what I mean, I would probably edge the guy, but I'm not mad at the Russ pick.
Here's another one we should say is Matherin. He averaged 17 a game, basically 17.
He was hooping. He started a lot this year too, but he was hooping.
He played more off the bench though.
Yeah, he was hooping though. So let's talk this. Tyree, I'm coming to you. Individual players. Who's your biggest disappointment?
Individual player. I gotta look at what I sent you because I actually forgot what the heck I.
Why?
Go ahead. Now, what you got? I'm ready.
You see it too, Ray?
I just asked you.
Most disappointing. I got Cat Towns, man. I know it was hurt a lot this season, but 20 and 8, I need better than that, man. 20 and 8, I need better. You can put your finger up like you going to the bathroom at church.
No, I was going to ask, can you?
I need better than 28 from Cat
What did you hear on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m.? Do you want me to do it?
Go ahead, please.
I got to get better than 20 and 8.
He was hurt.
I don't give a dang. He still played about 30 games. I need better than 20 and 8. AD didn't play a whole lot, but when he played, he was dominant.
You know what? I'm not even going to get mad at you because
he played.
I'm because my pick is like that too. So I feel you. Okay. But you going off stats. I'm not going off stats.
You know what I need, man? I need Danny Thompson to restore order around here. Talk to me, sir. Who's your biggest disappointment? Individual player.
Collins of Atlanta. It's really come to the point where John Collins is unplayable. 2 years ago, John Collins was 20 and 10 before Clint Capella walked in the door. He is now to the point where he's literally getting played off the floor on a nightly basis by Sadiq Bey and AJ Griffin. A guy making $120 million is now relevant to being a guy that can barely be on the court more than 25 minutes a game. If that. And that's for shits and giggles. Excuse my language.
As the guy who's down in Atlanta and covers the Hawks, I want you to respond to that. Then give me your biggest disappointment. Talk to me, right?
The reason why he wasn't my disappointment, and John's my guy. You know, that's my dog, John. We cool, brothers. I'm just doing the journalist thing, dog. So,
he explained himself.
Disclaimer.
Only reason why I don't have him as the most disappointed player in the NBA this year because he played this last year, the year before that. So at this point, kind of here in Atlanta is kind of what we kind of expected, and I think it's the fact that he doesn't play well with Capella. I mean, ever since Capella got there, and it's not Capella's fault, but he hadn't played well.
So who's your disappointment, though, Ralph? Was it Collins?
No, I have LaMelo.
I'm gonna tell you what y'all say. He's been hurt.
But you're saying you're going by 28. I'm going by the fact that he's not staying healthy. He didn't take care of his body.
Ho.
He didn't take care of his body.
No. Last show I said AD was disappointing me because he was always hurt. And y'all tore me up.
No, I agree with you. But I said we're used to that, but I agree with you.
Hey, 1 second though, Ralph. Can I address something that Mike Patton said?
Go ahead.
How can someone be the biggest disappointment when I did not expect anything? What do y'all expect from Rudy Gobert? We all know he's not a scorer. He just gonna this is why the disappointment and the surprises be so hard for me, because some stuff I expect Rudy Gobert not to do much. I mean I don't expect much from him.
Yeah, I don't think he's the most disappointing. Like I said, LaMelo, my point is LaMelo, he didn't keep his body healthy. Like he didn't care.
What is he talking about?
So that's why I am my most disappointing.
Real quick, to E's point, after he came back from injury, Maxey wasn't the same guy. Maxey wasn't the same guy when he came back. So I would just like to say, somebody mentioned it in the comments, and somebody mentioned it earlier in the show that there's a guy from Australia that nobody gonna mention the fact that Ben Simmons just don't even want to be good at basketball no more.
He's not worth bringing up. That's why I pick him. He's not worth it.
Yeah, but
so easy. It's like that's why I didn't bring him up.
I can't be disappointed in somebody that we're not expecting nothing from.
Yeah, I didn't.
We're not expecting nothing from him.
He's not worth it, Ray. He's not worth it, dog.
And by the way, if y'all talking injuries, if we talking about Cat being injured, we talking about LaMelo Ball being injured. Is Zion Williamson ever gonna play 50 games?
Man, Zion, bro. Zion got me looking bad out here in these streets, man.
I'm not disappointed in him either because that's what I expected. So, I mean, he's shown that for the last 3 years.
Man, I expected him to be healthy at some point. God dang.
Hey, so real quick, because we talked a lot, biggest surprise as a player, typically those are your MIP candidates. So besides the guys we talked about Lauri Markkanen, we talked about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, we talked about Jalen Brunson. Did any of y'all have somebody else that kind of individual player that you had as most surprising besides one of those guys?
Austin Reeves.
I'm not mad at that.
I didn't expect this from him, man. I expected him to be like I really don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect him to, down. You can say down the stretch, he was our second, third most consistent player.
Can't be mad at that.
Who?
I can't be mad at that. I can't disagree with that.
Like I thought dude was just out there to be a shooter, but he can really play basketball, can play. I'm not saying he's like what's the dude name that we had that went to Chicago?
Caruso.
He's like Caruso 2.0. I think
way better.
That's why I
Caruso
said 2.0.
Caruso wishes he could shoot like that.
That's what I'm saying. 2.0. He's better than Caruso. But I didn't expect that from him.
I'm not mad at this for being a surprise.
Hey, watch your mouth, Eric Wilson, man. Because Florida ain't that far.
Tyree giving Mike Carrots noodle chocolate cake shake answers.
Man, that's an inside joke. But watch your mouth though.
I wonder when someone mentions
Yeah, I mean, I saw Carlos mention Mikal Bridges. Now I think that's surprising, but it's also because the volume's gone up too. I think over a full season, let's see how this works over a full season. That volume is crazy.
But it's
Tyree, I would just like to say that this comment is directed at you, sir.
Man, bye. That's the comment he gonna get back. But it's I don't know, man. Zion, man. I'm a Zion guy. It's hard for me to be a Zion guy because I hate Duke. But I'm a Zion guy, man. I picked Zion to be the face of the league a couple of years back when we first started to say what. He's done nothing but get hurt and be a disappointment. But like Ralph said, at this point, that's what you expect.
Question though. Did any of y'all see Tyrese Halliburton averaging 20 and 10?
No.
Yes.
I didn't know.
That's tough.
When I look at that, funny thing was when you look at his stats, you saw it coming. But because he was in Sacramento and then he's in Indiana, nobody was paying attention. But I went to look at his stats because I was thinking about should I make him, because I was like, he's a great candidate for most improved and maybe he should win it. But when I looked at the stats, last year he averaged 17 and 8 or 17 and 9. Somewhere around there. The year before that in Sacramento, and when he went to India, he averaged I think it was 14 and 7. And then when he got to Indiana, like I said, it was 17 and 8. So it was like, okay, this dude, this rookie year he averaged over 7 assists a game. Like,
real quick.
Yeah,
shout out to the comments. No media outlet has talked about this guy being disappointing all year. Shout out to Jamar Bell. That's who been disappointing.
He been hurt too, though.
Dog. When the last time Bradley Beal
he been hurt all year.
He been hurt.
Yeah.
And he played one good.
And
hold
look,
on, wait a minute.
I'm gonna tell you how I know he been hurt because he on my fantasy team.
Hold on. Tyree.
I want to say it right.
Both the players that you and Ralph picked for y'all disappointments was injured.
Yeah. And I don't have a problem with that, but when I said it, people were like, "Oh, they're injured, so you can't." No, I mean, I can be disappointed about it if somebody's hurt.
But Beal shot 50. This is the best year he shot his whole career,
and he barely played.
Yeah, he was trying to come back. I just felt like Melo didn't care this year. Like Melo was like, whatever.
Real quick, hey, Danny, hold on, Danny. He played 50 games and averaged what?
23 points on 50% shooting, which was
Bill was averaging 32 years ago. What you talking about?
What I'm saying is,
How old is Bill now?
Bill's what?
He young.
29, probably 30.
Yeah, he's younger than John Wall and them.
I just know them injuries got to. I thought he was because he was getting old. Them injuries.
I'm telling you right now, like age is getting to the point. It's not going to be an excuse no more because you got guys that are clearly on the downside on the age side. KD, Bron, Steph, like all them dudes is plus 33, 34, 30. Bill ain't got no excuse.
Hey, man, and Eric said I'm a coach. I can work with Zion. I'm a coach, not a daggone doctor. He need a nutritionist. So, something. Hyperbaric chamber, spend $1 million on his body like LeBron. I don't know.
So let's shift to teams real quick, man. I'll start with you, Danny. You up top, man. Most disappointing team for you.
Wow, most disappointing team. Hold on,
but they got on me for having a look.
No, Dallas.
All right, now this down.
It's Dallas. I think the simple fact of they were a playoff team last year.
Western Conference Finals team last year.
Yeah, they went deep in the playoffs. Then they was the 5th best record, traded for Kyrie, and you're literally in the middle of an NBA investigation because you were tanking on purpose to keep a draft pick. So yeah, that's what it is at this point.
Who you got, Ralph? Say it.
Golden State. Golden State. Still Golden State. I mean, they can salvage everything if they win, but man, the difference between Dallas, you're right, Danny. I mean, that's the second half. Difference between Dallas and Golden State. Dallas brought a lot of different pieces in. A few and lost a big piece in Brunson. But Golden State typically had the same team. And I don't want anybody disappointed because they the 6th seed, they won a championship. This team should be 60 wins. I mean 50, 55 wins.
Hey, real quick. When the Houston Rockets won the championship in '94, when they
came
in '95, what seed was it?
Was it the 6th?
Yeah. No, but I'm not mad at that answer, especially with how awful they've been on the road. That's you talking about Jekyll and Hyde, man. Those guys are atrocious on the road. I will say a huge move was them getting Gary Payton back.
Yes, big.
That was huge for them. And Wiggins may be coming back in the playoffs. Who you got, Tyree? We got Dallas. We got Golden State. Who you got?
If you would have told me before the season that Orlando, Utah, and OKC would have a better record than Portland Trailblazers, I would have told you.
Portland.
I would have told you are crazy. You need to be drug tested. What'd you say? What the meme you just put up? Whatever, right? I'm disappointed in Portland, and it's not even Dame. It's the front office, man. Your inability to be able to put the right pieces around Dame. Dame had a phenomenal season. I think he averaged. You was talking about people that averaged 30 earlier, Ralph. I think he was one of them. Or Danny.
32.
Yeah. He was one of them, right? Yeah. So he was one of the people that averaged 30. He had a great season. I think he played 50-something games. I know they shut him down in the end, so he would have played 60-something games, but they shut him down. Like, you can't put the right pieces around his man. You wasted his years, but he's on Instagram and this place rapping about he ain't going nowhere. So if he want to lose, let him lose.
Ty, I just want to say Dame literally had 2 teammates averaging over 20 this year.
They still it didn't equate to winning. They won 33 games.
I'm simply saying,
right?
I'm with you that they sucked. But when you say management didn't put talent around him, like Dame's always had okay talent around him. Like it ain't the right like to me the best mix you had is when you had LaMarcus Aldridge, when you had that squad. That was young Dame. You talking Dame, Wes Matthews, Batum, LaMarcus, and Robin Lopez, right?
Yeah. And then if you
Dame woke up one day and they was all gone. Same summer. They all left, right?
All 4 of them was gone, correct.
Yeah, we're talking 7 years ago, though.
I just said that's the best you had. I ain't say
he been in the Western Conference Finals since then.
Yeah. Here's the problem in Portland. None of those dudes play defense. Dame can score 30 points a night, but when guys are literally torching Portland on a nightly basis, that's why they're not winning. They don't have guys who are dedicated to defense.
But that's that's what I'm saying, Danny. If I would have told you Utah, Orlando, and OKC was going to have a better record than Portland, you wouldn't agree to that. If I'd have said, Danny, I bet you $1,000 that these three teams have a better record than Portland, you would have took that money all day, every day. Everybody on this panel would.
I mean, Utah, yes.
Am I lying, Ralph?
No, you're not lying.
You would have took that bet.
I think the problem also is it's the reverse thing where, we usually say if he had another superstar, if he had this. Dame's problem is not having people who can score it. Hence what Ray just said. He had two other people score 20 points. They never build that. He never have the right people, the right teammates, the right type of people that will fit with him. I'm talking about you don't have that guy who's hustling. You don't have that guy who plays great defense. You don't have that guy who can
you have a 3-and-D guy. You don't
have none of that. It's just Dame, and you got another good scorer and the center, Jokic. That's it. But it's like you don't never have the people that fits around, like the guys, that the garbage guys or whatever. He don't have that. He don't have those specialty guys. That 6 man come off the bench.
He's had those kind of guys, right? The guys that do the dirty work. He had guys like Al-Farouq Aminu, right? Like guys that's going.
They went to the Western Conference Finals that year
and got smoked.
But it don't matter. They went to the. They were missing 2 people though. What's the name got hurt? I forgot the guy's name.
We can't make it seem like
real quick. So hey, we gonna shift to the most surprising teams in a good way.
We didn't do a defensive player of the year.
We can go back, but before. And first off, watch your lips, dog. I'm the host. You just happy to be here. All right.
You're right. I'm very happy to be here, like Hakeem said.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Grab the mop. So I know Ralph don't want to talk about it. A lot of people in the comments said it, but y'all gave me Dallas, y'all gave me Atlanta, and y'all gave me who'd you say, Ty?
Portland. I felt like Dallas was the
right?
answer. I felt like Dallas was
I know. But we just all gonna gloss over this right here.
Say Atlanta.
We gonna gloss over that.
We talked about them on the mid joint.
Yeah, we talked about them on the mid.
And hold on, every MVP candidate we talked about today, we talked about on the mid season. When we did the mid season, I think Ralph's 6 man was rushed in, and it is now.
Because I'm gonna be real, I almost said the Heat.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that neither.
But I almost said the Heat. Like,
well, remember, my most disappointed player was Zach LaVine. Remember when we did the midseason. So no, I'm with you. I just again
they never addressed the point guard.
Yeah, they never
addressed. They never addressed the point guard. That was the problem.
Well, we want to talk about injuries. Nobody mentioned. You mentioned the wrong ball, brother, Ralph.
But
that joker might not ever play again. He might be red.
Again, you expect that, but like Ab just said, who had the Bulls going anywhere? I didn't have the Bulls going anywhere.
He's going to be hurt the whole season. He never played.
He didn't play last year either.
No, he played some last year.
They brought Pat Beverly in. There's no point guard. None. Not one on the roster.
Hey, Ralph, I'm coming to you, man. Talk to me about your most surprising team. I think this is kind of a no-brainer, but we can see what we got on the panel.
Honestly, hold on. Let me go to my most surprising team. I totally forgot. Okay, my most surprising team is OKC. Yeah, I didn't.
He's looking at my sheet right now. That's what that was.
I didn't expect OKC to be anywhere. I expected to be in the play-in. I expect them to be good. After when Chet went down, I'm like, okay, they're about to throw this away. And I feel like, in a sense, management was like, all right, we're going to throw this away. And then Shave's like, no, y'all jump on my back. And then you got, what's the point? Giddy. Not Giddy, but what's the point guard's name?
Josh Giddy.
Okay, I said right. Yeah. He started playing well. Then everybody else, Dort stepped up. And like everybody else started to follow these young guys, started to play. And it's like they actually started believing in each other. And I didn't expect them to win over 20 games this year because they never win over 25 games. So why would they win?
Hey, real quick, this is for the people watching, right? Because y'all can't see what I see. Well, y'all can probably see it live on the thing. But so y'all don't think I'm putting up the same thing over and over, I'm going to show y'all the comments in order. Charles said the Kings.
He said the Kings 5 times.
Charles said the Kings. I think he really wanted us to know Did he think the Kings was really surprising?
Well,
Charles wants us to know.
Well, tell him next time to pull up to the show then, since you want to run the lips.
But we talked about that. I mean, that's a given. But again, I think we were surprised, that they did well and they were great. But for me, like I said, I thought they would win.
Hey man, hold on. Hey, hold on, dog. Hey,
we got some more, King?
No, who is Shorty right there though?
That's my wife.
Yo, oh man. Hey,
oh man.
He said, hold on, man.
Y'all know how some people just get on your nerves no matter what. And I like this, my boy, man. He always trying to go outside the box, and I think he's probably going along the lines of what they did with Ja missing games. And then the young kid got hurt too. The backup center, Brandon Clark, is that his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brandon Clark.
But there's no way Memphis is the most surprising team in the league. No way.
No.
Only thing surprising about Memphis is Ja was on live with a 22 when he should have been on there with a 40.
Most surprising team about Memphis, honestly, I thought Memphis was going to have the number 1 seed in the West this year.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at this either.
Man, he just like New York Knicks, bro. From New York. I take it he from New York.
He's not a Knicks fan.
He's not a Knicks fan.
He's
a Lakers fan more than anything.
He disrespecting right now. Put the Lakers the most surprising team.
For what?
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
No, the most surprising team in the NBA is the Sacramento Kings. There's not another answer to this. They improved by 18 games. No one had them in the top 3 in the Western Conference. No one would have thought they'd be hosting a playoff series. They ain't been in the playoffs since most of us were in college. Ray was in the service. I think Raph might have been in college. I had just got out of college. And I don't know where hell Ty was the last time the Kings were in the playoffs.
Younger than y'all old jokers.
But look, again, I get that. But like I said, I expected them to win and be over 500. I didn't expect them to do that good.
Right. You didn't expect them to win 18. You didn't expect them to win 18 more games than they did last season.
No, you're right. But I didn't expect OKC after losing Chet.
Man,
who would you rather think was going to the playoffs? Kings or OKC?
I expect the OKC to win 15 games, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Listen, really. Ty, stop running your lips. Listen, we're going to take a break real quick. We're going to come back. We're going to close out the show. We're going to close. Who's your most surprising team, sir? You run your, come on. You run your about all the other stuff.
I got OKC, man. What? Sacramento Queens.
We knew you said OKC when he said it, and you said he looking at my sheet. We all knew that, sir.
See what I'm saying, bro? Now, why you said? Hey, look, Sacramento Queens finally graduated from the Queens to the Kings. Go to break. I'm running stuff around here.
Man, we pay some bills.
You grab a mop, Chuck.
We back in the building, y'all. Before we close the show, when I started Bought Online, I said it was 2 segments you can count on, and I'm going to give you both of them. The first one's going to be real quick. We're going to give y'all the Sports Reporter Without Pay segment of Do Not Shoot the Messenger. As my guy in the comments, Eric Wilson, would say, he says, I'm just a loudmouth with an opinion. All I know is this. Y'all little media darling, whatever you call him, that guy in Dallas, we got to start holding that guy accountable because this is unacceptable. Yeah, this guy right here. Because the things that he's doing, as good as he's playing, it reminds me of somebody. And all I know is y'all gave this guy here hell. Y'all talked about him like crazy. And here we are on year 4, year 5 of Luka being this top premier player, MVP candidate. They want to make him the face of the league. And the success just ain't there. And here he is missing the playoffs. Show that guy the same energy y'all was giving Harden. I'm just a dude. Don't shoot the messenger. Second segment we're going to give y'all is the Sports Reporter Without Pay. Top 5. And how are we going to do our top 5? No better way than bringing the crew back in here. And we're going to talk all NBA. We're going to talk all NBA first team. So let's talk about the automatics. Y'all say yes or no. Automatic All NBA first team. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
Yes.
Automatic. This is where it gets tricky, right? Because as of right now, the All NBA is still center, forward, right? And they're allowing forwards to be counted as centers, and centers to be counted as forwards in this weird way. Guys like Jokic and Embiid can qualify as both. What I don't think will happen is nobody's going to get enough votes at forward. I think Embiid or Jokic will be second team. That's just what I think.
No, that's next year. Is it this year? I thought it was.
It was last year.
No, they started it last year. Embiid could have made it as a forward last year.
That's right. Yeah, the forward. You're right.
But the problem
it also hurt his votes too, though.
Yeah, I said that you're going to split votes. If I'm Raylan and I'm doing my ballot and I put Jokic as my center, I'm probably not going to put Jokic as Embiid as my forward, right? Or half the people put him at forward and half put him at center, so he winds up losing. You know what I mean? But based on that, I'm going old school. I'm make one center and two forwards.
Yep.
Right? If you're picking a center, just around the horn real quick, Jokic or y'all all picked Embiid as the MVP, right?
Embiid.
Yep.
So Embiid's a lock for first team?
No. I got Joker. I told you Embiid should win it because Black Lives All Matters. He got cheated the first year. He should win by default. I mean, he's playing great, but Joker's having a better year. So
you're just gonna skip over my comment. All right, bet.
So I think that I got Joker. You can't beat a triple-double, dog. I'm sorry, man.
So real quick, let's do this. Let's do it this way. Give me your All-NBA first team, Ralph.
All right. So I have so at center I have Joker. At forward I have Giannis. I have Tatum. At the guard I have Luka. At the other guard I have. This is hard for me, y'all. I had Shea.
Okay. I don't think, and I'm just a man with an opinion, I don't think there's any way with the level of elite play that we've seen in the NBA this year, the two guards who aren't in the top 8 are going to make first team. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, it was real tough. I kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt in a sense, just over Steph because of, Steph is averaging 29, 6, and 6. It's tough. But he's averaging 31, 5, and basically 6. He's 5.9. So no, it's how much assists he's averaging, Danny?
5.9. He fell under 5 rebounds.
Yeah, and under 5 rebounds. So yeah, so it was like 6 assists basically and under 5 rebounds. But look at his defensive stats. I that's why I'm going with Shea.
Talk to me, Danny. Give me your first team.
Embiid, Giannis, Jason Tatum. I got Luka and SGA.
I got the same thing Danny got. SGA, Luka, Tatum, Greek Freak, Embiid.
So I have Embiid, Greek, Tatum, right? That guard spot where it gets tricky for me. I don't think he had the best season. I don't think he's better than these guys. But Donovan Mitchell should be first team All NBA.
Wow.
Hey, just to make sure you remember the bet, right?
By Cleveland? They ain't gonna beat nobody. But
no. Do you remember the bet? Yes or no? That's a yes or no question.
First off, this is my show, sir. You don't get to ask me the questions. I ask the questions. You sit back while I talk. I'm giving my take.
Hey, you at the house?
So Donovan Mitchell should be first team All NBA. At least I think so, right? And I'm not a Donovan Mitchell fan. If you've ever heard me talk about him, I don't think Donovan Mitchell can be the best player on the championship team. But what he did for that team when he came there, he started off the season like a gangbuster, right? And they stayed. I mean, the 3 teams ahead of them are just better, right? So I shout out to him. And the other spot, again, I didn't think both of them was gonna make it. I would have Luka in that first spot in that other first team just because his numbers are so ridiculous. I mean, with 32 or 33 with 9 and 8 or something like that.
8 and 8, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
All right, keeping in mind who y'all first teams was, I'm gonna come to you first, Ty, since you got a lot of air in your chest, man. Give me your second team. Don't give me nothing else, man. Give me your second team.
Here I got my tires. I got Dame Dollar, Spider.
This man started off with Dame Lillard. I refuse. We're not doing that. We are not doing that today, man. Like, I have a standard, right? As a sports reporter without pay, I have a standard. I bring people on the show who I think are knowledgeable, who I think can hold their own in a sports conversation. Tyree, this is for you, sir. Dame Dollar, come on, man. Be for real, man.
Stop it.
Dame Dollar, Spider, Jaylen Brown, Bron, and Jokic. That's what I got.
You have Dame Lillard over Steph Curry?
You said yourself before the show that Steph probably wouldn't make it due to him being out.
He played as many games as Dame.
You said that.
But him and Dame played the same amount of games. I know what I said, but that don't mean Dame make it over him. If Dame's in, Steph is in.
Hey, I just got a question, man. You at the house?
Ralph, who you got, man? Give me your second team.
My second team is Steph.
I got to talk to HR about this screen.
You know what? I lied. Let me go back. I'm sorry. I apologize. My first team is not Shea. So I had it's Luka instead of Shea. No, he got in trouble, but I got Ja. I got Ja first team.
Who's your second team?
Second team. That's why I said 8 and 6 rebounds. Okay. Second team is Steph, Shea, Embiid, LeBron, and KD.
Now holla at me now, Eric.
Who you got, Danny?
Joker, KD, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Steph Curry.
Okay, so let's pause real quick.
Jimmy Butler?
Let's have a conversation. Real quick. So we all had Jokic, we all had Greek and Tatum as the forwards on the first team, right?
Right.
Ty, who was your two forwards for the second team?
I had Jaylen Brown and Bron.
I'm not mad at the Jaylen Brown comment. Who was your two forwards, Ralph?
I got Bron and KD.
We get mad at that. And yours was Jimmy Butler and who?
KD.
Jimmy Butler?
Man, listen.
Where? Right.
Okay, so we're just gonna leave. I know it's kind of an off the wall opinion, but look what Butler's done this year, though.
So it's a problem.
My turn.
Yeah, go ahead, because y'all being disrespectful right now.
I know. All right, as I was saying, if I was really interrupted by that dude in a Stinger shirt, Jimmy Butler this year shot career high 54% from the floor, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He was third in the league in steals this year. He was third in the league in steals. Jimmy's never shot 50% from the floor until this year. It's because Miami had been injured all year, and they were quote-unquote disappointing to some. But Butler's been there every night. And also at forward this year, the main guys, KD and LeBron and the other guys that know him in the list, a lot of those guys were hurt a lot this year. Jimmy was more healthier than the rest of them were. No offense to Jaylen Brown, but Jimmy was just as good as anybody else this year. It's just under the radar. So
before we get to saying y'all disrespectful, why are you talking, Danny? Go ahead and give your third team.
My third team, I have Sabonis at center, Julius Randle, and LeBron James at forward, Dame Lillard at guard, and De'Aaron Fox.
So you didn't have Steph Curry on none of your teams neither, but you got Dame Lillard.
No, I had Curry on second team.
Okay. I just want to make sure. So you had your 6 guards were
Luka, SGA, Mitchell,
Curry,
Dame Lillard, De'Aaron Fox.
No John Morant.
Mm-mm.
Oh wow!
What?
Wow! Oh wow!
Look at
Hey,
De'Aaron Fox play better than John Morant?
You didn't see what De'Aaron Fox.
I'm not mad at De'Aaron Fox pick.
No.
I'm just asking a question. I didn't say Fox ball, but answer the question.
Here's my question. You want to ask one? I got one for you. How many Kings games you watched this year?
No, I've watched. Answer my question first, and I'll answer yours. Answer my question first, and I'll answer yours. I asked you, you think he played better than Ja this year?
Yes. Career year all the way around.
What is that? His career year is not better than Ja's? That don't mean nothing. We're not saying the most improved, or we're saying, talking about the best, who played the best. You think he played better than Ja?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I just want to say this, right? I'm not mad at the De'Aaron Fox pick. I love Sacramento getting their love. They had the team success. I just think you're wrong. You're mad at the wrong person, Ralph. He had Dame in there.
I mean, Dame shouldn't be in there either, but
Listen, Dame averaged 30 points a game. It's kind of a hard thing to leave out.
I can understand why they would say Dame. I can understand why they would be lured into saying Dame. I get it because of the points and everything. But you had De'Aaron Fox over Ja?
Go look at the numbers that count the most. When it comes to down the stretch scoring, only one player scored more points than De'Aaron Fox this year, and that was Kyrie Irving. When it came down to clutch baskets, De'Aaron Fox was doing it all year long. That's why I asked the question, how many Kings games did you watch this year? I answered yours.
I'd watch King games. I know about him. I know about him. Hold on. I know. Can I talk? I'm trying to. I know about him being the most clutch in the NBA. But being the most clutch don't mean you should be on the team. I know a lot of people was the most clutch for the NBA. That didn't mean they were better than Jordan or they were better than Allen Houston, whoever. Clutch is just he's clutch. That's one spot that he's great at. Okay, but that doesn't mean he's better than Ja. He had a better year than Ja. He just
get my list now.
Wow.
A lot of disrespect going on.
Who you got on your third team, Tyree? Because y'all wilding.
Hey, look, I'm with Danny. I don't have Ja. I got Curry, Trigger Trey, Randall, KD, and the center position for me was hard, man. Does Laurie qualify for a center?
Did you say Laurie Martin at center? No.
But you can put him at the forward though.
I got Bam
over Sabonis.
Can I?
I got Bam.
Wow. Bam bought out, but you're bugging. Thank you. You're bugging.
Yeah, Bam.
Not even Sabonis.
My thoughts right now, man.
First of all, Bam, my homeboy. He from the crib. I got Bam.
Can you mute him, please?
I don't even know what just happened. I don't even know. Two of y'all picked Damian Lillard. One of y'all had him second team.
Can I give a logical team?
32 points.
Okay, can I give my logical team?
Yeah, give your third team, sir. I thought you went already. I'm so strong right now.
To bring it back. So I have Sabonis. I have Randall. I have Brown. I have Donovan Mitchell. And I have Harden. I can't believe y'all forgot about Harden.
I'm not even mad at that. 22 and 10, and people act like,
Led league in assists, 20. Yeah.
I'm just tripping on this Dame.
Ain't nobody had Trey but me.
For what?
I took Ray's advice. Ray told me this a few years ago, and I had to say, you know what? I get it. Honestly, it does matter. It shouldn't, but it does matter in this category. When you talk about being an all-NBA team, if your team is not good, I don't care what stats you put up, unless they're astronomical.
Hey, Ralph, don't do that. But then I'm gonna go back to when you had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the first team.
Yo, but they've improved.
So what was Sacramento's record this year? If winning is part of this.
No, but listen what I'm saying. Trey, it shouldn't be on here at all. I'm saying Trey didn't. Everybody I've put on there, they won.
And they made they're gonna make the playoffs.
But you're that's based off expectation though, because Atlanta was whatever last year. I would venture to say that I venture to say OKC and Atlanta probably got the same records. It's not far off. Let me see. OKC is 40 and 42. Atlanta is 41 and 41. They basically got the same record.
And it's a 7-point difference. He's played that's why I got defensively. That's why I have.
No, I'm okay with it, but it's again the consent. I remember a couple years ago, man, Harden was averaging 27, 8, and 7, and he was on third team, barely made it, and Clay was first team. Team success does matter. De'Aaron Fox has to be all NBA. Sabonis has to be all NBA.
I don't think he's over Ja.
Who? But I don't think it has to be. If I had to pick between one of them, I would probably go Fox, especially with Ja missing time and stuff like that. But I think both of them could very well make it. Dame Lillard ain't gonna make it. I can tell you that much. Dame Lillard ain't gonna make it. I don't even know.
Ray, I'm not mad at Fox being on there, but over Ja.
I think they're gonna
Dame played 58 games this year. Dame did play 58 games this year, and they literally sat him the last 6 or 7 games because they were trying to go for record purposes. He would have played in the 60s. That wasn't his fault. They sat him those last 6-7 games.
I don't care that they sat him. His team sucked. They like 13th in the West.
15 games. I mean, that's not. I don't understand that.
Yeah, man.
What is yours, Ray? I'm sorry. I want to know what yours.
Man, I stopped after I heard Dame Lillard. My first team was Embiid, Greek, Tatum.
I can't wait till these teams come out, boy.
You said I bet you Dame won't be on it. What you want to bet on that?
Nah, yeah, you still got to pay up for this bet. You about to lose, so you worry about that, all right?
Okay, I had Donovan Mitchell and Luka, and then second team Joker, obvious, KD, Julius Randle. No, KD, Jaylen Brown. Who's my other two guards? Steph. And I wouldn't be mad at SGA right there. And then I would have John Fox on the last teams with Sabonis. Who did I have? KD and Jaylen, Julius Randle. And I need one more forward.
You say KD?
I had KD on the second team. I wouldn't be mad at Markin and making it, to tell you the truth. I really wouldn't. But he's not.
I wouldn't either.
He's not. I'll tell you who's a sleeper for All NBA, and ain't nobody mentioned him all the time. Drew Holiday's a sleeper for All NBA.
Yeah, Drew is. But he can make
it's so many guards.
It is.
Again, like I said, I'm not arguing that Fox shouldn't be on there at all. I'm not saying it because Fox is the next guard I think that would have made it. It's probably over Drew. I would have Fox over that, but I just can't see how y'all put him over Ja.
And like I mean, and I said at the beginning,
oh my God.
Steph Curry wouldn't make it because the Warriors struggled and he missed some games. But the media is going to put him in because he's Steph Curry, right? I mean, his numbers warrant it. But with the games he missed and the way the Warriors struggled, if De'Aaron Fox made it over Steph Curry, I wouldn't even be upset. He's just not though, right? Like because it's Steph Curry, right? Like, so I mean, it is what it is, man.
And I'm gonna tell you another guard that y'all didn't mention that has had phenomenal years, Anthony Edwards. Edwards had a really good year,
but he's not. I don't even think he's. I honestly don't even think Anthony Edwards is even remotely close to the guys we're talking about.
And
I just think the guy's underrated. I don't think he's going to make it. I don't think he's one of the top 6 guards. He's just been under the radar for how good he's been all year.
But he was. I'm just looking at stats because you don't get to watch as many Minnesota games as I would like. But I didn't think he really. What he went? Did he go over 1 point? What he did last year?
He was at 25 this year. He's at 21.
Hey, so real quick. I'm already over time. Hey, look, I'm already over time. Last thing we're gonna do before we get out of here, man. I really do need one-word answers, and your answer is either contender or pretender. And I'm going around the horn. Rapheal, Haynes, Denver Nuggets.
That's the main. Pretender, I guess.
Danny?
Hard. Contender.
You said contender? Tyree.
Can I ask, what is contender? What are we qualifying about? I'm asking questions.
Whatever you want to quantify it as, whatever your definition is, right?
I think like they made the finals, no, pretender.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Do you think they have a realistic chance at winning the NBA championship? That makes you a contender.
No, pretender.
All right, Memphis Grizzlies.
Pretender.
Of winning?
Pretender.
If we can win in championship,
yeah.
If it's in that context, pretender.
Then it could get there.
All right. Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings.
Pretender.
Pretender.
So I just want to stop right there for a second. I've been telling people for weeks. It is crazy that before Phoenix jumped into the 4 seed, I was looking at the West like, bro, 3 of the top 4, and it still could. 3 of the top 4 seeds could lose in the first round, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Hey, you over your time, bro.
Already said that. So let's go down the line. Phoenix.
Contender.
Pretender.
Contender.
I told you it's a straight deadline show.
What you got, Ralph?
Contender.
Moving on down the line. We're gonna go Ralph, Danny, Ty. Ralph, Danny, Ty. We're gonna start with Ralph. Clippers.
If they make it past first round, contender.
Danny.
They're gonna beat the Suns in the first round.
Yeah, put something on that. Contender.
What you got, Tyree?
Pretender.
So far, y'all basically saying there's one contender in the West, right? Golden State Warriors. Ralph.
Contender.
Danny. Tyree.
Contender.
It's crazy. We got all the way down to the 6th seed. We got a unanimous contender. We don't know who 7 and 80 is yet. I'm not finna even play that game.
Lakers contender.
My God, I ain't gonna show them the background in the man cave. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, contender.
Contender.
They're winning it.
Boston.
Contender.
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 Philly.
Contender.
Pretender.
Pretender. Something always goes wrong for them.
This year, contender.
And I wasn't even gonna go past 3 in the East, but I got to just because I want to see what y'all say. I'm gonna start with Tyree. Cleveland.
Pretender, but they're gonna win the first round.
Good daddy talk, Ray.
You know what? I'm gonna say contender. I think they can beat Milwaukee if Chris Middleton's not healthy.
Well, and who you got, Ralph?
Pretender. They was lose. The way they were losing at the end of the season.
They won't play nobody.
Hey man, listen. Hey, so we're about to get out of here. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in. I normally don't do this with this crew, but I'm gonna get them the opportunity, man. Shout yourself out. Let the people know where they can find you. Social media, YouTube, Twitter, the whole nine. I'm starting with you, Ralph.
Hey, just 3-point conversion everywhere. But honestly, I know people for the 3-point conversion are gonna be mad. Sorry, Ab, but I want to get this time to shout out Ray, man. Y'all follow this dude. I'm so proud of him. It's all about you, dog. I'm proud of you, bro. You already know I'm here for you. Hey, man, we need to know where we can follow you everywhere, man. It's all about you, dog. I'm so proud of you, bro.
Are you talking about me? Yeah, you can follow me. Oh, that right.
Yo, here, you get to talk now. Go ahead, man.
Hey, man, Tyree, like you said, man, say it again, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been taking a little break, man. But we be coming back pretty soon. Say it again on all platforms. Me and Ray got something cooking up. I'll let him tell y'all. But we got something cooking up. We coming for y'all head this summer, man.
I ain't mad at it. Talk to him, Danny.
I'm working at 3pointconversion.com as well as my Substack, which is the wonderful world of data on Substack. But this is your show, man. You need to, like Raph said, it's all you, my brother.
Hey, well, listen, man, I believe in using whatever platform I got. If they watching this, that means they're already watching my content. So I want people to know where they can follow, man. My fans become your fans become my fans. We're in this together. Hey, man, these are 3 brothers that I highly respect in this space, man, and this sports journalism thing we're doing. Shout out to the comments, man. I don't know if it's A.B. Stanley or Ab Stanley, but bro been going crazy in the comments, yo. Yeah. Shout out to him watching the whole time. Chuck, I see you in the comments. Hey. Eric was in the comments. You hear me talking, though?
I was going, never mind.
No, man, shout out to y'all in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us the whole time. I am going to edit this and put it on YouTube. What you got, though, Chuck?
Nah, Ab Stanley, Cleveland in the conference finals, I think it depends. They got to stay away from Boston. I don't think they can beat Boston. But I do think they can get Milwaukee. They can't beat Boston.
Hey, man, I will say this much, man, to this comment right here. I don't know how many episodes of Ball Don't Lie, but I'll just be honest, man. When these 3 brothers get on camera with me, some magic happens. It's pretty cool to have 3 brothers, like I said, I respect in this lane, man, that all know they stuff, can talk they stuff, and we get busy when we get on this camera. So until next time, man, shout out to Vince in the comments, bringing up old stuff, talking about me and fantasy. We don't do that.
Hey, whoa. We talking about bets. We got to, what bet?
Bro, hold on. Let's do this. Hey, Sports Reporter I'll pay. We're going to catch y'all on the next one.